Well, welcome to episode number 3 of the Rasheem, Arsenio Stewart podcast. I'm outside here in near the local library here in St. Petersburg, Florida. First and foremost, when this gets posted a little bit on my YouTube channel, I want to thank you guys for watching the episodes and give me your good positive feedback on what you've been seeing so far. And just give you a quick update and announcement. In about 7 more episodes, like every 10 episodes, I'll be doing a Q&A. So during episode 9, if you have any questions you want to ask me, leave the questions in the comments section of that episode in a few weeks. And then episode 10, at some point during the episode, or if we end up questions to be the whole episode, we end up with question answer. I will answer the question, ask me, and I'll shout you up for the person who asked. So just keep that in mind. Well, today I want to talk about what is your superpower. And I just looked up the definition. It says it's a greater ability than what you're normally capable of, and that's through Webster's dictionary. And a superpower could be like in comic books, you got the be invisible, flying fast, speed of sound, running the speed of sound, time traveling, flying, all that stuff. That's great superpowers. But as far as your superpower, as far as being a human being, what is your greatest attribute? What is something that you just naturally gravitate to? And for me, I would say encouragement, motivation, and try do my best to put smiles on people's faces, make people laugh. I believe that's my greatest superpower. I always feel like I'm an encourager. When I was raised, my mom was an encourager. She always encouraged people, uplift people, and I saw that as a great example to live by, and that's what I try to do even now. And try to motivate people. That's something that's come out the last few years. As far as trying to motivate people to better themselves, to put themselves on a better path for success, I feel like that's been a superpower that's been coming out of me, and that's a gift and talent that God has blessed me with. And being an encourager as well, encourage people, to uplift people, to inspire people to be better, to do better, to seek better opportunities. I think that's something for me, and I think others could feel like they could do better, is to uplift people and not tear people down. That is something I believe we need to do a better job on. So I was just going to ask you, what is your superpower? What do you feel like you're great at? What is something that you, as a person, feel like that would be your greatest attribute, your greatest asset? And I was looking at something that Indeed or even LinkedIn that seem like becoming more and more of a popular question for employers to look at, for employees to ask, because they want to know what their greatest strength is based on the superpower that they will see in a person. And that answer, I'm not gonna say that would be to make or break it for them to hire you, but that could help persuade them one way or the other, depending on the type of answer you come up with. So that is something that to think about as far as your superpower goes and stuff like that. I also just want to let you guys know this past week it's been a good week. Just staying busy, just trying to keep myself motivated, keep myself going. I've been having some little foot pains though here and there, so I would ask you guys who already been subscribed to my channel, and if you do believe in God or higher power, whatever you decide to call God, to keep me in your prayers for healing for my lower right foot, because at times it gets a little unbearable to walk. Sometimes it makes it a little bit harder for me to do my day labor work. So that's one of the reasons I'm also going to ask for a prayer this week for to get more of a stable job, maybe more of an office job, so I'm less on my feet. maybe do a job remotely and pray that God will come up with the finances so I can come up with internet access and a decent laptop so I could work from home. And also I could do more recordings of videos for the YouTube channel as well. Also, I got an update for the people I've been doing some ministry work with. My podcast and my YouTube content has now been approved by the Department of Corrections here in the state of Florida. So they will be shown. I don't know how that part will work. I will be talking to one of the guys in the ministry that will help me with that next process. So I want to just quickly say a shout out to all the people, all the men and women in the prisons in the United States, but especially here in the state of Florida. You got a guy like me who's praying for you, who who's been for the grind of that before. Unfortunately, that will be mentioned in another episode at some point. But I understand what you guys been through before. And just because you going through it now doesn't mean you can't come back and be successful. It's just you have to put the work in. You got to believe in something greater than yourself, and you have to have a good support system. And I believe that as also one of my superpowers is to come back and encourage to teach what I have learned. There's a saying goes, reach one to teach the next one. So someone had to reach out to me and to teach me to encourage, to inspire. So now I'm reaching out to you, and now I want to teach you so you could teach the next man or woman how to do the same. And I believe that's something that we need to do better. If we got certain skills, certain talents that could help people, don't hoard it for yourself. Reach out to people and help people with those talents, those gifts and talents. You never know that somebody else could be just as passionate as you are. And that could really help the next man or woman out. So, like I said, it's been a really good week with that. Got to hang out with a friend yesterday. We watched a couple DVDs, so it was nice to spend time in fellowship with people that actually want to spend time with you sincerely and make you feel like you're important. And I think we need to do the same thing too. And I think that's another superpower that I have is do my best to make people feel welcome, make people feel loved, and make people feel like they're important. And that's one of the reasons why I'm working on this ministry, and I'll probably do that in another video at some point. The ministry is going to be called Real Love Ministries, and that's one of the reasons why is that ministry came to about, because I didn't always feel welcome, I felt appreciated, felt important. I just feel like people treat me like a number at a church or at a ministry, and that's not right. We're all human beings, and at the end of the day, we need to treat people with loving kindness and respect. And that's something I think, as people, I like to consider myself a Christian, that people in the Christian community have we have really dropped the ball on that. And that is something we do need to do better at. So we're going to cut this episode a little bit shorter than I would have had it for today. But I want to thank you guys for listening to the podcast. If it is going to be going on the tablets for the Florida Department of Corrections, have your peoples leave me a comment, let me know it did. And soon as I set up a P.O. box for my ministry in one of the episodes, or maybe in the description, I will put my ministry's P.O. box, and you guys can start writing letters to that. Sometime this month, I'm supposed to be going down to Miami to do a leadership conference, but I'm also going to be showing somebody my ministry plan in Miami during that weekend, like the third weekend in September. So y'all please keep that in prayer, that they be receptive of it and give you some good ideas how we can get the thing running and raise the funds to get that ministry going for 2024. And also, God willing, in 9 to 10 months, I'll be eligible to go into the prison as a volunteer. So y'all keep that in prayer as well, that God will open up doors for that as well, to, like I said, go to those people that are hurting, they feel like they're unloved, and hopefully we can show them real love of God, and and hopefully we can influence them and show them that they are still loved. So I want you guys to embrace your uniqueness, embrace what makes you unique. May the Lord bless you and keep you. Thank you for this episode, and I will be recording the next episode next weekend, so sometime between Friday and Sunday, and it should be dropping my YouTube channel. And please pass the word and get more subscribers. Right now we're at, I think, 11 or 12. So the goal is before the end of the month to get up to at least 25 subscribers. So make sure you like the video, give it a thumbs up, write any comments and suggestions. I have received a couple comments already, and I have wrote them back already. So I do write back and read every comment you put on my page, on the videos. So again, may the Lord bless you, keep you, God bless you, embrace your uniqueness. I love you guys. And I'll see you next weekend for the next episode number 4 of the Rasheem Arsenio Stewart podcast. Okay, bye.